No, this is a little. There you go. How is that? Where it's like, is it? Why does it look like that? Oh my gosh! Hi. Maybe I need to move this. There. We shall see. We shall see. Oh God. One of them dies. Hey, Kelsey. Okay. I almost did not come on today. And then I got pulled to do other things. And I was like, okay. Oh, look at how, like, I swear, I need a professional. I need a professional. For real, y'all. Okay. I will be so glad and happy when I get this room research. Ain't that the way it goes? Like, the room looks great as far as, like, it's not super whatever. But, like, all the shit that still needs to be put away is in the closet. And I'm like, I about trip and break my neck every time I go into the closet. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'll be ready when I get this shit show taken care of. Okay, dokie. So today beforehand, I wasn't going to come on. I convinced myself I was going to do other certain things. And in that, basically, it was like, I really need to do this. I need to do this. What you should do versus what you feel drawn to do, right? And I was debating it and fighting it. And then, like, the one way that spirit can get me to really be like, is if I start getting excited. If I start getting, like, excited feeling and, like, yes, I'm ready to do this kind of thing, then I'm like, fuck, why are you gotta do that to me? Because my human is like, but you need to do X, Y, and Z. And then I go through the pros and cons list of, like, all the things that could go wrong because I didn't take care of X, Y, and Z, this other stuff. I start thinking, like, finances. I start thinking this. It's like, I've been putting this off for a long time. And I'm like, my human is like, unless I get an immediate payoff, I need to do these other things. I don't know. I'm in this little, like, and I started to observe it. I started to observe what I was doing. And I was like, why is that? And I started questioning things. I'm like, why am I feeling excited about this? And then I realized, oh gosh, there was a long period where I felt drawn to do something, but I didn't feel excited to do it. And I was like, why am I like super ready to go and do this? Like, it reminds me of what it used to be like before, whatever. Like when I first started doing YouTube, and it was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, what? Like beginner feeling kind of stuff. And so I don't know. But it's like I just went through like a whole 20-minute hem and haw, and then I was like, I'll fucking do it. And then I wanted to put my toe, like, okay, I'll just push off what I've got to do, and I'll still do it. But I just have this feeling like I'm being pulled away from it, and it doesn't make sense because I'm like. So I was like, that says something. So the idea between what I'm supposed to do. Because, there's real world shit that has to be taken care of and done. And so I'm like, I can't just, like, not do it. And Spirit's like, sure you can. I'm like, yeah, I can. I know. And then it was like, you need to do this, this, and this. So I've got things planned where I won't even be able to do it later. And I was like, okay. And then the guilt. Like, there's a guilt for what? I don't fucking know. But there's this guilt that comes over me, like, no, I'm supposed to do, you know what I mean? And so, like, there's that, and it was all about coming on and doing the after party today, and versus some other things that I feel like I need to take care of. And I've been feeling I need to take care of, but I haven't had a chance to. And, like, I am imagining worst case scenarios of me not getting it done, what could happen because I didn't get it done. And I'm like, okay. So it kind of reminds me of some of the other readings we have where it was like, something's going to chime in. right? And try to like give you all kinds of reasons and shit. And but it's just so funny because I feel like there's something in it. But my human is like, there's something in it for me to come and do this today, versus what I had planned. And I'm just going to tell you, because what I had planned would have had a more immediate payoff, right? And it would have settled that little gremlin inside of me, like this, like, oh my God, always worried, right? And sometimes with tarot, it's like it's a building, right? There's not like an immediate payoff. And so it just feels like my human's like, no, we should have done that. And like, but I feel like spirit's like, there's gonna be something in it for you, kind of thing. Which I shouldn't come just because there's something in it for me, kind of thing. And I don't usually, but today I'm like, my human is very fucking adamant. I gotta be honest with you. And so this idea and notion that they're like, no, this takes precedent. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, find out. And I'm like, so it's that moment where you have to kind of like go with what you're being drawn to do versus what you think you should do, if that makes sense. It's in about roughly an hour. So I'm not going to do the live very long. I set it for 10:30 my time. So it's like an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes away. You don't have to come. I just did that just in case, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the certain people that come and everything like that. We'll see. Alrighty, here we go. Okay. I gotta get this. Okay. So what are we doing? Alrighty. Archangel Tarot. 2-2 might be significant. You're seeing a bunch of 2s lately. I mean, I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost right now because of the lighting. One day I'm going to go and do this outside because I got like a table and chairs outside when it's not like windy. It was like wind was going, like stuff was breaking and stuff like that. The wind was going so much yesterday. It was bright and sunny, but like the wind was not playing. So... let's see. All right, Spirit. It's funny. The fact that I had that whole conversation, now it's 3-3. You're seeing 3s, that's significant. I got 3-3. The fact that I had that whole conversation of what I should do versus what what you should do versus what you feel drawn to do, and one has more of an immediate payoff and would squelch some of the worldly concerns you have versus the other one where it's like it's more of a building effect, and it's like, no, I need to take care of certain things immediately. And they're like, so there's this guilt and shame around not doing what you should do to have everything taken care of. And so it's like, and the cards that are coming out are hilariously in alignment with that shit. So here we go. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Not being next to the window sucks. Just saying. What do we got going? Come on. So you want me to start with this? All right, there we go. Okay, so the first one is Ten of Air, which is the Ten of Swords. And remember, with this particular deck, I tend to really pay attention to some of the words. They always seem to stand out. And at the bottom, it literally says, embrace the change and expect things to get better now. And they kept saying, expect things to get better now. At the beginning of it, it says the end of a difficult situation. But it's almost like, it's like quit assuming that, maybe it has something to do with that whole like, oh, I should do this because I'm worried that things, I went through the pros and cons list. I'm like, oh, all the things that could go wrong. And they're like, just expect things to get better. Like, if that wasn't a worry, would that be your priority? Or would you be like, no, I'm going to do this because that's what I want to do. Right. Of course. And then it literally says, fears surrounding money. Expect things to get better about fears surrounding money. Then we have stepping into leadership with the emperor, which is taking the lead on something. Which the five of Earth in this particular deck also talks about like uncertain type of employment, or self-employment, things like that. So it's like when things are uncertain. Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles. Like finances are in flux. There's a change. That's why there's the five, and so it feels and that's why you have the fear surrounding money, because it doesn't feel stable. It feels like it's too malleable right now, right? And so they're saying expect things to get better about, because at first it was just three cards and the center energy was, you know what I'm saying? Five of Pentacles. So they're saying there's something about being able to take charge of your finances, being able to structure things differently, and just kind of take the lead in this situation. Know that things are the difficulty is going to end, and just be in the mind frame of expecting it to get better. Like it's just going to, it just is. Instead of expecting things to be bad, right? And so they're literally like, even though employment or money, finances are in flux, or they feel uncertain at this time, like there's gonna be the ability to take the reins back, to get back on top of and get back in control of it, is what I want to say. By no means are they saying to not. We have the Queen of Earth, which is, you've got this. Like, you've got all the capacity, the ability to deal with everything. You'll be able to do this and that. Instead of like what I was doing before, feeling like I had to do one or the other. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be able to do this and that. Because it literally says take a sensible approach. Like, when things are balancing out, and as things catch up, obviously, like, I'm not going to be like, woohoo, and like go out on a massive cruise and do all kinds of different things and spend that money. No, the first thing I'm going to do is pay off my debts, get things really balanced out, get me all nice and caught up, and like just, but also in the meantime, experience little luxuries and things like that. I'm not going to like deprive myself, but I'm also not going to, that kind of thing. I've got like they're really putting me in a first person type of energy. They want you to take some of the opportunities that are going to come up. We got the Fool here. They want me to go back. This is really taking a balanced approach to things. I know I said sensible, but they wanted me to reiterate something else, like that wording, for whatever reason. This is taking that leap of faith on an opportunity that's going to be showing up, something new that appears. And this is going to have longevity. It's about making long-term plans and expecting abundance. Things looking really good at this time. So there's going to be something really beautiful and beneficial starting, a new opportunity that's going to come and balance things out. And they're saying things are looking up. They literally, can I just fucking say something? They started it and ended it with the same fucking thing. Can I just say that? Because it literally says the end of a difficult situation. And then it says the end of a difficult situation, 6 of Swords. I shit you fucking not. They really want to reiterate that. It felt almost too easy to me, like to switch gears. Like I hem and hawed about it because there was that little bit of guilt, but it was like I really wanted to just not give a shit. I really felt like I just want to come here and do this. You know what I mean? Like I was excited about it again, right? So there's a sense of like, don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you should, like, it's like a guilt for not feeling panicked. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like I should be so concerned about this, but I'm not. And they're like, because you should be in the energy of just expecting shit to go better. You feel the energy of things getting better because they are getting better. And so it's one of those things where it's like things are looking up, things are moving forward, everything's going towards a calmer water. Like you don't got to worry about it. They bookended it. The first card and last card both say verbatim the end to a difficult situation. And so just expect things, right, to get better. Take the lead. Be willing to act when necessary. Like almost like you're going to be back in control of things. Take a sensible approach as you go through this, because 6 of Air is like there's a transitory period, albeit I feel like it's very brief, but you know, it's like you got this, you know what to do. You know, you don't go hog wild until you got enough to go hog wild, right? So I think that the biggest piece is a reminder that there is something new starting, and that a lot of abundance can come from that. It's going to look really good. And whatever this is, you're able to make long-term plans. Like, I don't think that you're able to make long-term plans right now because you don't feel like you have the finances to be able to do that. Like, you can't even plan 3 days in advance or a week later because you're like, this feels very tight. Like I've got to, you have to take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? On, you know, like when you lack finances, you can't really, you can't plan to move. You can't plan a vacation. You can't plan to go to go out and get new clothes at the change of the season because you need them. You can't, like, you're like, oh, like there's nothing. Like, in fact, you hold on to things almost like 4 of Pentacles in a stingy energy when it's uncertain. And so this really feels like when they say you can make long-term plans, like this opportunity is going to give you the leverage. Like, it's so secure. Things are going to be so secure that you don't have to worry about the rug being pulled out from underneath you in a week or 2 or 3 weeks and stuff like that. Because I feel like at this point, even if you were to come into money, let's say you came into like a couple $100s or a few $1,000s, you would hoard it because things are so uncertain. You don't know how, like, if you were to burn through that, you're like, I don't have any backup. I don't have anything consistent coming in. So I've got to keep it because I've got to pay for next month's bills and then the next month's bills and then, you know, that kind of thing. And so like you literally got no ability to move or create because of that. This is going to give you the ability to. When you know something's coming in consistently, you can go, okay, in 2 months, I'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. Or in this, So that's where I feel like the balanced, sensible approach, you know, is going to come from. It's like you'll be in the energy of being able to spend now, but really kind of like plot and plan and maneuver and that kind of stuff. There's a reason for that. Okay, so alrighty, I haven't pulled this one in a hot minute. This is Azathoth Tarot. Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. This new path is fast approaching. We've been having the Eight of Wands come out here in the last week a lot. I'm going to explain this one, Spirit. I'm in the energy again of very matter of fact. Like, I feel like it's, you know, kind of thing, but it's like, feels very matter of fact. It's like sitting with one of your girlfriends. I'm sorry, but this is the way that I call people. Sitting with one of your girlfriends, talking about something, and then you go, like, they ask you a question, and you say just like so matter of fact, like it's not even a big deal. Like, cut the motherfucker off. Like, who cares? Like, it's like, I mean, okay, tell me what you think. You know, that kind of feeling. That's what the energy feels like right now. Okay, so I get it. Thank you. Again, 3 cards flipped out, and so the center card is the Tower. This is a massive trajectory change, an inevitable change, something that's destined to happen. It's like a whole new foundation being built. This feels like a really good one because we have the King of Pentacles. Again, I feel like this is, if you were to cross the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor, that's what it feels like to me. When I say, don't worry, you'll be able to get in front of this, get ahead of this, be in control of your finances again. You'll take a sensible approach, all that kind of stuff. That's coming out again. Because the King of Pentacles is financial stability, but doing well, like getting into a place of give me the other word. Not stability. Like, I want to say financial freedom, you know, like when you have enough finances that you're able to wield what you want. Because the King of Pentacles, he's one, he like makes shit happen. Like, it's no longer like like he can make moves because of it. That's what it feels like. Financial success, right? Financial freedom, we'll call it that. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is, it's giving you the leverage. This Tower moment gives you the leverage, the financial freedom and leverage. Because for me, the Seven of Wands is you know, it's protecting the success, what you've achieved, right? And so it feels like it's being able to have the leverage to maintain that success. That's the words that came through. And so whatever this is, it's like it's you'll have enough. God, why is it choppy? Damn. Oh my God. Holy shit. The stutter is real. What the fuck? I couldn't get it out. I couldn't fucking get it out. Oh my God. Holy shit. Okay, so Seven of Wands. I swear to God, I feel like I'm in such a I don't give a shit, nonchalant, free kind of energy. I think that's what you're going to get. You're going to go from like an extreme of doing the pros and cons list, debating, I don't really know if I should, feeling anxious, to the having the leverage. Like, I shit you fucking not. Like, having the freedom to be like, yeah, today, no, I'm not. And not being so anal retentive. I feel like it's an anal retentive energy you've been in. You're just like, meh. And you're like, I think you wanted this. I wish I could get into that kind of a stage in life where I'm like, meh, you know, kind of thing. Like shit doesn't phase you or bother you because you know you good. But the Seven of Wands is, once you get that success, it is setting yourself up to be able to maintain that, right? Having the ability and the leverage to do that, to keep this type of. So whatever's coming in gives you the ability it gives you the leverage to maintain the King of Pentacles. Okay. So are you going to tell us what it is? Like, And we need a little something like, who is this for? Like, you know, like everybody gonna apply this. I'm just gonna fucking tell you right now. You've had to wait for this? Okay. You've had to wait for whatever the fuck this is. It feels like starting over, they said. So here we go. We've got the Hangman and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands being like this new spark of inspiration, desire, passion. Like, ooh, it could be a project. It's something new new being offered to you, right? Or on offer. Let's put it that way. And so with the Hanged Man is like a pause, like a for real pause, right? This isn't a Four of Swords kind of, I just took a nap or meditated and maybe took a little vacation or whatever to recalibrate. No, this was a pause. I'm doing that. I'm making up something to Lady Gaga's song. It was massively a pause. And I said to the point where it feels like it's a start, like you're starting over. Like even if this is something that you attempted before or wanted to initiate before, like you feel like whatever this is, like maybe you've been working on it, it feels like a whole complete restart, like a reboot. Like you've been away from, you've either struggled with it long enough or you've been away from it long enough. So if this was an idea that you had at one point that really like, ooh, I like that. It took so fucking long. It's like rediscovering it. Well, there's the Six of Wands, and there's the Emperor again. For somebody, there is going to be a successful self-employment, just going to say, because absolutely the Emperor can be that. And the uncertainty that I got with the Five of Pentacles, like around employment, which could definitely be self-employment, that shit's definitely. So we got the Emperor and the Six of Wands. There's going to be major success because I'm getting you're going to have a lot of success taking control back is what I want to say. And I know sometimes we don't really like using the term control, but if we're talking about something very human, materialistic, I think it's okay. You're going to be in the lead, making the decisions. Instead of something controlling you, your circumstances controlling you and influencing you and you being at the mercy of it, you are wielding it all is what I want to say. But for somebody, this is a successful self-employment. So if you have taken a pause from something and you are going back to it, ooh, there's two. And here's the thing. The Emperor can be anybody. Okay. Whoever takes charge and starts to go after something, you're in your masculine energy kind of thing. You're making your creation come to life. That's the masculine energy. Okay. But I just thought of two of my peeps. Two of y'all. There's going to be victory in it this time. Did you motherfucker? Are y'all hear it? What? Morning. All right, I guess not. No, we're not doing that one. I've got a new one that I'm learning and I haven't integrated yet. And they are irritated with me. This is the second time they've brought it up when wanting to pick a deck. And it's along the lines of Lenormand and Kipper. So it's a German. It's a different German deck. I can't remember. I can't even. It's all written in German. I don't even know how to say it. Okay. They don't want any of those other ones. Like, whatever this is a go. This is a yes. Like, if you're generally like, is Spirit gonna be behind me on this? Is this really in alignment with me? Can it be potential? Is it successful? Will I be happy with this? It's a fucking yes. Whatever this is, it is. Bees are coming back out. There's business success, luck. Okay. The Sun card. It's a yes on this path. Yes, absolutely. This is like, it brightens up any kind of fucking reading. If you've got a question, it is a fuck yes. It's all of that. And then we have the Star card, which has a lot of like being guided, like spiritual, like finding your true north, right? But also it has everything to do with like recognition. And so I feel like it's going to be very successful, whatever this is. Like, I'm curious as to, okay, I'm curious as to what it is. Is this beyond self-employment? What is this specifically? Oh shit. So this is something that's going to be, again, this feels very career, very, very career. Okay. Whether it's self-employment or not, it is, no longer going to feel in flux. Okay. Because we have the scythe, which is all about, it can either be cutting something out. It's also about harvest, okay? Because that's what they used it for. That's what this is a harvest. But it's almost like the amount of abundance. It's something that's going to be very fruitful, but has solid roots. Things with trees, okay? Like, you don't want them to bear fruit too early. You want them to get, for first few years, if you feed like a fruit tree too much fertilizer, it'll start like creating an exorbitant amount of limbs and things like that, and it'll become top heavy. It has the likelihood of not bearing appropriate fruit, not being able to last, limbs breaking, being pulled out from the ground. It needs a good solid root system, because when you have so much plumage and everything happening up top that and not enough roots to pull up the nutrients that to sustain that tree will die, right? So there's something about this thing not needing to come to fruition before this, because the roots really need to be solidly, and the roots can be what you have learned, your discernment, your dedication, your wisdom, right? In the process of having attempted this before, and now giving it a second go, because this feels like a rebirth type of thing, and it's for like a rediscovery of a passion, right? Like rediscovering something like oh, this is what I want to do. And so there's a reason, there's a cultivating, because you've got more to give to it now. You have more capacity. Whatever you've gotten rid of puts you in a better energy to really put your all into this. And so it's like, that's what you want. Whatever this is has solid roots. It's firmly planted. It's going to flourish and grow because of that. Okay. And we are talking about a masculine. Again, the Emperor keeps showing up. Somebody is going to like step massively into their masculine energy and make shit fucking happen. I'm just going to tell you. I am picking up on feeling like several men are, gosh, okay, yeah. They really want me to say it, because what the Fuck, my nose is itching. It almost feels like when my nose itches, it feels like somebody's taking a tiny little feather and just touching the outside. It's not even like the itch that I get like when I have allergies. It's not the itch that I get when like my skin just, it's like a weird, I'm like, oh, like I want to smack the shit out of my face. It gets on my nerves. Like, stop it. Sorry. Like, I know I look weird when that happens. I'm like, I want, like, can we just go back to like a tingle or like when my head would itch and like, yeah, can we do that? Because good God, this annoys me. There's a man. They are definitely, I feel like I am picking up on some men's energy, although I'm not feeling exclusively men. I feel like this is just people. When you're a business owner or this could be a female going out into a male dominated profession. This could be taking charge where you have always been the second fiddle, right? Like if you've always been the support staff and now you're the boss, or now you're the influence in the company or something like that, that's the kind of energy. Emperor again, masculine energy. Okay. I feel like there is going to be, whoever this is, you're going to have solid support. You're going to have people providing you, you're going to get beneficial information, like mentee type of information. You're going to have, it's like making the right connections and people just telling you certain things right when you need it. And you're like, and it's like applicable information that really will help you succeed. But you're going to have some people that will talk about you as well. You got both here. Okay. Ignore this shit. Recognize this. Okay. You're going to have supporters and those who don't support you, and that's okay. All right. But this is solid. Can I just say? For someone here, I feel like this is like a one-off thing. I wasn't picking it up. I didn't get this energy until I picked it up and touched it. They're like a friend. Like there may be a friend that joins you on this. Okay. Someone that's trustworthy. All right. This is also a sense of, to me, be careful what you say and who you communicate things and what you share, because some people are on your side and some people are not, right? Make sure that you're only sharing it with those who have your back, who are loyal, that you know you can trust. Okay. But I want to say that what you're about to encounter, it's trustworthy. It's long lasting. Again, loyalty, long lasting. And you're going to love doing this. There's a sense of it's more than just money. It's going to be a passion. Right? Like at this point, whatever you're choosing, when you go back into it, and maybe that's the point of the page of wands, was that before too much emphasis was put on, yes, it was a passion and they always felt like that's a road you could go down, but too much emphasis was put on the money factor and it squelched out any passion you had for it. And so it became a purely intellectual game or pursuit. And it didn't need to be that, because it was your passion that needed to be leading you. Right. And so, or you had too much of a over analysis of it, almost like it was a mental game versus following your passion. And so whatever it was, like, like you may have been up in your head like, oh my God, if this doesn't work out, like I can't, it's going to crush me and I've got too much on me and people are depending on me, like whatever that is, like you put too much on this. And it was like, really, if you just played in the passion of it, and like, I feel like that would have directed you much better. And you're in a different energy now. I feel like somehow having this removed as a potential for you and you being on that hanged man, that's what it is. Fuck, I get it. That's the reason why you had the hanged man, because that pause was to get you into a different mind frame, into a different perspective. Okay. And so it's like they wanted you to get into the fun loving, take charge type of like, hell yes. energy, not the okay, what do I do? And then like is almost like because it feels like somebody got to a point where their sense of worth was now attached to it, because in the mind someone is going, I must not be very good at this, or it may not, like I must not be, like you're seeing yourself in a negative light because you're attaching too much expectation onto it, and you measured that success with money, numbers, things like that. Switch. I am getting a lot of self-driven energy. Occupation. I told you. This is a particular skill set, though. This isn't just doing something for the sake of trying to get money. So in the time frame, this is what I'm saying. Like in that time frame, you garnered and gathered wisdom. It's something about a particular skill set you have, whether it's your discernment or learning how to balance things. Like you cultivated in that pause, in that timeout, a skill set that you may not even be completely aware of, but it's like you approach this now from a completely different lens, from a fuller perspective. And so, like, because the occupation card in Kipper is all about having it, it's something specialized versus before you may have chose what you were doing because it was like, I can make money. Like you may have known that you wanted to be your own boss, but you just chose something because, oh, that sounds like I can make money. And it's like, that's not what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to use your passion. And so even though you have passion for being an entrepreneur, right? You needed to bring more passion into it, because you like it squelches the passion you have for just being an entrepreneur when everything else and every decision you make is mentally based and is analyzed. I get very Virgo energy with it. Like I'm going to overanalyze it, pros and cons, da, 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 da. That's what I was doing earlier. I'm going to tell you. So in that time frame, whether you realize it or not, this isn't like, and I don't feel like this is something where it's like there's a very special skill set you're going to bring into this, because this doesn't feel like I went to school necessarily. This is like a skill set that is special to you, and it's like you were supposed to integrate this into whatever it was the time before. Sorry, just a second. Tell me about this. Why does this come out? Okay, I'm gonna put these back in. Just so that you're aware, I've got the Thief card and then the Thoughts, which is like the analysis, the organization. Yeah, we're good. The trying to figure things out, right? And then we've got the Child card. It's like, because it's new again, because it's like you might go into this energy of like I did before. It was like, should I really do this? Like what I wanted to do. But I had all these concerns. I kept thinking of all the cons and reasons why I shouldn't do it, because I really, and a sense of a little bit of a guilt and everything else like that. So you may be, because you're like, what if this doesn't work? And then, it creates difficulties for me. I lose out on something. That's the thief card. Then I've got the thoughts and everything else like that, where it's like, so I'm really trying to figure this out so that I don't lose out this time. And like, because it's a new beginning. It's like, a fresh start. I also think that there are other people, 4-4, that might be dependent on you, right? And so it's like and I pulled these to describe the concern, and it's like you might feel like a concern because you're going to go towards something that you feel passionate about, and you're like, should I really be doing this, or should I be doing X, Y, and Z instead? Like the practical thing. Like this feels like almost not practical because I have reasons to be concerned. I have things to take care of. And you can't help but have that thought come up, but the pull to go and do something again, this rebirth, this give it another go, is really strong. Okay. And again, the masculine shows up. Whatever this is requires your initiation. I feel like something's going to come to you, but again, we've been talking about choices. Remember that 5 of Cups from the other day, where it's like, I can either do this or I can do this. And it's a decision. Do I stay in the energy as it is, or do I go this, which can open up a whole brand new world for me? And I think that for someone, this is the, whereas yesterday was like love, this is the energy of, the first thing for you that's going to happen, where it impacts and has a cascade of influence on the other things that you need to address in your life, is going to be career. And it's going to be taking the lead. It's going after something. It is like being bold enough, even if it's an opportunity coming into you, to step into that role, right? And so it's requiring very emperor energy. Now there is a message. There's a message here. We're going to figure out what that is. They want me to first pull. We'll come back to this. Yeah, Golden Universal. It's funny, I have the Tower over top of the 5 of, I just happened to lay it that way, but it's over the 5 of Pentacles. And that may be your fear. Your fear is it won't work out. Like this is going to crumble too, right? Your fear is this isn't a solid foundation. Give me the message. Did I see something there? Or am I making... Sometimes I just see shit in my head and I need to start paying attention. What about this message, Spirit? You cannot make it up without the Knight of Pentacles. It's the offer. Financial offer. Financial opportunity, we'll call it, instead of an offer. It's what gets you to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles again. All right, so how's this going to come in? Well, for someone, it is about partnering up with someone. I feel like someone here, their self-sabotage, this is what I'm getting with 7 of Swords. It's like you're lying to yourself, thinking that you could do it by yourself. See him trying to carry all 7 swords and he can't. He doesn't have enough space. Okay. And I think that you were trying to start, initiate, or do something without the help and assistance of somebody else. What that help and assistance is, I'm not really sure. But you thought it'll just pop off by itself. And here's the thing: we can all do so much until a certain point, and then nothing operates in a vacuum. Everything in society is systems theory, right? Every system impacts, overlaps, and interacts with another system. So when something happens in one system, it inevitably will impact others. So this idea that we operate in a vacuum, and how like did we really think that we was gonna build a multi-billion-dollar empire by ourselves? Like we'd be the only employee the entire time? What the fuck? Seriously. So there's a bit of a self-sabotage here. You cannot handle it all completely on your own. And so there's something where it's like some sense of like coming to terms with this and being honest with yourself. There is a partnership coming in. Two of Cups again is showing up. There is someone that brings something to the table, like yesterday, that you don't have, but that you have that they don't have. And this doesn't mean that somehow like you're having to compromise your idea, or like maybe if, for me, I keep joking around. I'm like, I need someone to do my lighting and my editing and my, like maybe I need some help, some tech help. Okay. Like maybe I need someone to do my website for me. Maybe I need to, that shit. It's like, okay. And so it's maybe I need a mentor who's done this before, who has information. And I did pick up on that. I also picked up on a fucking friend. Remember I said, for somebody out there's a friend that's going to come in on this. Someone that's trusting and loyal and has your best interest. And so it's one of those things where like you can trust what they say to you. And I was getting like there's going to be information coming to you and people helping you, but I feel like there's going to be some type of partnership or collaboration. Even if it's like your business and another business do something together, voila, right? And so, and the other thing is that for someone, this may be where it's like you wanted to like just, do whatever. Like this could be the middleman that helps set you up and give like to introduce you to the person that has the job, right? It's like you thought, I'll find it on my own. I don't want anybody to hook me up with a person. I feel like they were the reason I got a job. And it's like, just stop. People network all the fucking time. It's normal. It's normal. Okay. And so it's like, maybe there's going to be a person that connects the two of you to this new job where maybe you thought I'm going to do X, Y, and Z and I'll be in a real autonomous role. And suddenly they're like, no, to get where you want to go and to do what you want to do, you're going to be the head of a team. Do it. Because we have the Two of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. This is working with another, partnering in some degree or some capacity with another and building something, collaborating on it, creating it. Even if you're commissioned, right? Like somehow you think, oh, I'll be able to, I'll use myself with it for an example. I was like, oh, I'd love to do tarot, whatever. And I always keep thinking, oh, I would love to have like contracted clients and things like that. Well, what if somebody, like I somehow they're just going to magically find their way to me and my website, and what if there's a person that's like, they have clientele that they would love to connect me with, right? And they're like, and they are consistently wanting like someone trustworthy they can go to for spiritual guidance, blah, blah, blah. Like you wouldn't believe how many people in positions of authority seek out spiritual. It's the tale as old as time, just like how every emperor had a seer. How you talk about like people joke around like, oh, millionaires don't use astrology, but billionaires do. Like, what I'm saying? But what did I think? I was like, they're just gonna come out of the woodwork. Like somebody was gonna discover me, and then by word of mouth, like I don't know, right? What if I'm meant to work with someone else? And that's how those connections and that building and my business comes to be, right? Who knows? And so there's just a sense of like you were fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. That's really what this is. This is self-deception. And that somehow I feel like you feel like if I let somebody in, then they get to dictate what I do. But you're not broadening that understanding of working with other people. It just doesn't mean that suddenly your business is shared with somebody else. It just means you're working with other people. It's bound to happen. That's how that like if you provide a product for other companies, like come on. This is what we're talking about. So this is literally like either finding that contract, finding that collaborative piece, someone commissioning you, someone asking you to come and do something, and you're like, okay, and that this is how it pops off, right? So this message has something to do with that. This offer or this opportunity, this legitimate that can take you to the King of Pentacles. And I mean, hell, maybe the Emperor that keeps showing up is the person that's going to offer you something. They're in a position of, hey, you know, like they have what you don't got to make this happen. We have the abundance, the abundance that's going to come from this. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person is bringing in the other cup, like to pour into you. That's what the Knight of Cups is talking about. It's re-emphasizing some sense of partnership and what they have to, what they're offering or what they're suggesting. We'll use that, right? Because some people get caught up on an offer, so it must look like I get an email from a this and a that. And it's like, no. What if someone just is like, oh, I could totally help out with blah, blah, blah. Or what if, you know, like they're like, oh, I'm good at that though. Like, hey, if you know, like there's some collaborative something that happens. It's like they've got something you don't got and they're bringing it in, okay? It's almost like a barter in a way, in that sense. Again, maybe much like yesterday, you may feel like, oh, well, they've got a lot more. What do I bring to the table? But they are feeling like, I can't go anywhere with what I've got. I need what you've got. You know what I mean? Like to make it pop off. Don't know, like they may have skill sets and resources that have not, you know, but not like a product and you got the fucking product or, you know, that kind of stuff. Like it's like together, there's something together here. Okay. There's others that came before you that might want to be like, oh my gosh, I think that you're the new wave of something. They just have the missing piece. And just one more, and then we're going to pull the Kipper again. Oh my gosh. Well, it's that fucking decision we be talking about one time. That's what it is. Two of Pentacles be showing up again, motherfucker. I get it. Okie dokie. I fucking get it. I was trying to clarify, why do you got the moon out here? It kept saying intuition, but I'm like, what about your intuition? Duh. So much like earlier today, for those who weren't around, I was hemming and hawing because there was something I felt like I should do, right? That it was going to take care of some more practical, immediate things. And then it was like, no, I kept feeling pulled to come here and do like the after party stuff, right? And I was like, I was like, no, I really need to take care of that. But it was like, I was getting excited about doing this though. Like the other thing I kept going, I was like, why does it feel so resistant to do what I should do kind of thing, right? So there was this whole pros and cons. And then I was telling myself, well, you know, look at all these things that could go wrong because I don't do it. You know, I need to just do what I'm supposed to do kind of thing. And so it's like, you're going to go through the same scenario. It's like, should I? And it's like, you're going to go through the whole analysis and I don't really know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, follow your intuition when you make this decision. And don't fall into the trap of the illusion, because the original oh my god, I've not had a day like this in a long time when I'm channeling. It's almost like it's going so fast that I can't get it out, and I'm oh my god. In the beginning, they wanted to remind you, expect things to get better. You need to be in that mind frame because they are getting better. Quit allowing the fear surrounding money and stability within your work field be the dictating thing. Like it's already going to happen. Like there's just this, and both when I first pulled out this deck for those who just joined, the first and last card literally said the same fucking thing. The Ten of Swords said the end to a difficult situation. And then I had like 7 cards, and the last card, verbatim, because it has writing on the bottom, 6 of Swords, the end to a difficult situation. Like, they're like, don't worry about, we understand your fears around it and the uncertainty that's there, but you're going to be put in a place where you can take control of this. You're going to be given that opportunity. Okay. And just take a very, balanced approach. That's why I kept saying a sensible, which makes it sound logical. And they didn't want me to do that. They were like, you've got this. You've got everything that you need to, you have the capacities, you got it. You don't have to worry about it. It's all in the bag. And it's like, taking a balanced approach. And so just so that you're aware, like just let the intuition guide, much like today, I'm on here, not doing the other thing, and allow it to come forward. Okay. And don't get sucked into this, like this, oh no, what the ego will do. I'm finding this funny because it's funny because the first card that came out is expectation, which is what you're expecting. And I didn't expect this. The female card came out. So I'm like, because it's been nothing but masculine energy. Nothing but emperors, main male, kings, all that kind of shit. And I'm like, where's this bitch coming from? Why are you making a... Clarify the female. Oh, okay, I get it. I guess I should have just asked. So the feminine, the main female, is to depict that something's coming to you, which is what we had said, where when this knowledge, information, hey, what about, you're going to be the one that's propositioned. You can expect. So it's not like you have to seek it out and like try to be like asking everybody. It's not your job to be like your job, your moment to be in the Emperor energy is to accept and to go forward and take charge, right? The Emperor energy and the masculine energy was all about making it happen, right? But not in the sense that you're the one that brings something to somebody else. So I don't want you going out. Well, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but like they're not saying for you to go out there and be just willingly asking, right? I think that this person sees something in you and is like, I've got what you need, you've got what I need kind of situation, because that's the feminine energy, right? Receiving. Because I get the sense of like just everyday stuff, like just keep going about your day. Just keep going about what you're doing is what I want to say. Don't try to change your behaviors because you're like, oh, something's coming to me. And you're like, when's it coming? When's it coming? That kind of thing. Don't do that shit. Just keep going. If you were already like trying to create a website for your business, just keep going. Like keep doing what you've been doing. Okay. All right. Because you can just expect that to come to you. And then I've got this. We've got courthouse, which is all about legal documents, contracts, negotiations, things like that, right? Let's barter, let's negotiate, like a proposition type of situation. Unexpected income and the mature man. The mature man is depicting the person that has the wisdom, that has the resources, that has something that you don't, that you could use. And I feel like that's what they're saying. It's like this is going to be an unexpected offering or negotiation, or it's almost like deal brokering is what it feels like to me, right? Because the courthouse card is all about looking at all the facts, the pros and cons of something, but it's more of a weighing things up, negotiating, mediating, that kind of thing, right? And so it would be like negotiating a contract, is what I want to say. Negotiating terms of something, that type of thing. And so that's what that feels like, is like somebody that's like, maybe this could. So this may come to you in a form of like a conversation, a proposition, a conversation, and then it's like a back and forth, because it's like, let's talk about this. Could this be? Is this a potential? And it takes on more of like that. That's why they were taking me like, don't think of something formal necessarily, right? Formal would be hiring manager contacting you, doing a formal interview, and then writing up a letter of offer and things, like that kind of stuff, right? It's like, so think of it more of like, this might blah, 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 blah. And it's like, so there's like a sense of, yeah, let's just leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. Anything else before we hop off? Solution, resolution, decision. This is going to be your solution. I can't. Solution to the imprisonment and that brings about the change. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. That's what it is. I feel like we're going to end it here. So I guess it's like, don't think of it necessarily as a very formal thing. And of course, even if the other person has a business, in those types of situations, they give me like the idea of like sitting over lunch talking about something, right? Or someone going, or reaching out to you, like, I'd love to meet with you, but it feels less formal. Like the approach is more like what people would do with networking. Or if somebody's like, I've got a person that you should talk to, it's less formal, right? You didn't apply directly to the job and then go through the video. You had like a different way about it's not traditional. It's not like a super structured, like, cookie cutter kind of thing. It feels very, I don't know. I explained it best I could, So, anywho, that is that. It makes sense. There's a lot of masculine energy for it to be very, very matter of fact and everything. It's like, okay. That was good. It was good timing too. That wasn't bad. Sometimes I ramble on, but we are cutting it close. I do have to hop off. I've already put out for those, I know it was last minute and everything, but I did put out stuff for the after party. So, and we'll see. We'll for those that were that's for, I'll see you over there here shortly in about 5 minutes. Okay. Hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day.